Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session. The court is back in session with two cases. First case is cause number M331996. Second case is cause number M331998. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus John Fouts. Mr. Fouts, is that your full name? John Fouts Jr. Mr. Fouts, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Fouts, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Mr. Fouts, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Fouts? That's good. Now, Mr. Fouts, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Smith. However, Attorney Smith is not here. Standing in for Attorney Smith is Attorney Brennan Mitchell. Does Attorney Mitchell have your permission to stand in for Attorney Smith? And Mr. Mitchell, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Mitchell, do you waive a record
Yes, sir.
in Mr. Fouts' case?
Yes, both cases, Judge.
All right. Mr. Fouts, in cause number M331996, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, and in this information, it alleges that you, John Fouts, on or about January 13th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest. Mr. Fouts, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to discharge Mr. Fouts, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Yes. All right. Now, Mr. Fouts, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This is also filed as, or this is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials, JF on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this line? On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? On the next document, Mr. Fouts, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant? There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement? The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand this statement? Mr. Fouts, I also have a document before me that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line? It's titled Defendant. Mr. Fouts, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I have just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Mitchell, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that Mr. Mitchell went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Fouts, are you a citizen of the United States? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit, which is in the court's file?
Yes, sir. No objection, Judge.
No objection. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Mitchell, you advised in counsel, Mr. Fouts, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fouts, your attorney, Mr. Mitchell, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Your attorney, Mr. Bruce Smith, has also advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Fouts, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
There you go.
And what is that agreement?
Exchange for a plea of guilty or no contest, Your Honor, state we recommend.
Yeah,
Yes, 12 months deferred adjudication, community supervision. $500 fine at court costs, 80 hours, community-based service,
80 hours.
standard terms and conditions. This is to run concurrent with a felony probation, also a part of this agreement. Judges for us to dismiss for forfeiture as well. The companion case of M331998.
Now, do you have a number on the felony case that is running?
It's written on.
Yes, ma'am. It is F22-40279.
Could you repeat that? F22 dash
40279.
40279.
And it's automatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Now, in this case, okay. Bruce Smith was hired, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, now, Mr. Faust, the state is offering that you serve 12 months deferred adjudicated probation. During this 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $307. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $150. $157 a month. Will you be able to pay the $157 a month? No, let me do this here. If you're already on probation, this amount is going to be reduced by $60. So you probably most likely be paying about $97 a month. It's, well, this, what you mean break it down? No, what I'm saying is the amount that you're going to be paying is $97 each month. Yeah, that's, you know, all of the amounts that I mentioned, define the court cost, the community service, not community service, but the community service fee, the urinalysis fee and the reimbursement fee, all of that has been broken down. And we also consider the fact that you're already on probation, so it's going to be reduced by $60. And so the amount that you'll be actually, the actual amount that you'll be required to pay each month is $97. Will you be able to pay the $97 each month? Okay. You will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. This case will run concurrent with cause number F22-40279. The state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number M331998, for forfeiture of the weapon in that case. And I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon in that case. Do you recognize this motion to forfeit?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, before you signed and initialed this document, did your attorney, Mr. Mitchell, go over this document with you? And did you read and understand everything in this document? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And do you want the court to grant this motion a forfeit? And state you've also signed on this motion, is that correct?
Judge.
So the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon in cause number M331998. The weapon will be forfeited to the Beaumont Police Department. And as a result of this forfeiture, cause number M331998 will be dismissed. Now, you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions in cause number M331996. Mr. Faust, do you understand the state's offer? And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Faust, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state, Mr. Faust. If you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. And you can talk to your attorney, Mr. Smith, or you can talk to Mr. Mitchell about the non-disclosure because they are quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Faust, you're gonna stand next to Mr. Mitchell and follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions and get a copy of this motion to dismiss cause number M331998, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir, two more like that. Yes, sir, correct, thank you.
Well, solid. Here's what's solid. I mean, big discovery.
Okay, here's the.
I'll bring it already.
I'm just waiting for this to be over the. If you want to have a seat, I'll be back in just a second, okay?